Congratulations, you've made the first step into becoming a producer by clicking on this video. The first step in every goal is always the hardest, so you did it. I've made lots and lots of videos on how to improve as a producer, how to get better, how to get the new free VSTs, how to get these crazy stuff, but I've never actually sat down and said, how do you actually start becoming a producer? And the best way I could say to start is to just start. Okay, but there are a few things that you will need before you start producing. I've been producing for 3 years. In just 3 years, this is one of the first beats I made. This is a beat after a year. This is beat after 2 years. And this is a beat after 3. It does take a while to improve, and I'm still not quite like an amazing producer by any standard, but I have been in the beginner position and it is quite hard and intimidating, but you got this and I am here to help you. First things first, you will need a computer or a laptop, something that runs a DAW, which stands for Digital Audio Workstation. We'll get into that in a minute. When you're purchasing your computer or laptop, if you don't have one already, I would recommend focusing on the CPU. Inside of a DAW, it's going to use a CPU load. Now this is how much tension is being on the CPU when you're adding in your VSTs and your sounds and your stuff. So you want the best CPU that you can get if you're mainly trying to become a producer. The graphics card for production is basically redundant. You don't really need a graphics card to produce. I would also recommend getting some sort of large storage, maybe an external drive like this one here, so you can save your exported files and whatever. But it is not necessary to produce. I just recommend having at least some storage to get you started. The reason for that, I will get into in a minute. Okay, so we now have something to actually run our DAW, our DAW. What is a DAW? Let me tell you what a DAW is. Basically, it is a big wooden panel with hinges and a handle. A digital audio workstation is exactly what it is. This is where all your music is going to be made. For instance, take a look at this one. This is called FL Studio. You'll be downloading one of these, which you will be working on. Now, some of these are paid, but I would definitely recommend finding ones through free trials. FL Studio offers a brilliant free trial, which allows you to access the entire suite of features and even save your projects. But the catch is, you can't open the projects in the demo mode, but you can save them. So if you ever decide to buy a license, you can open them after. It also allows you to export your sounds. So if you make a song in one session, you can still export it. But there are many DAWs, including Ableton, Logic, Pro Tools. This one's FL. So take your pick, find a demo, and find which one you're most comfortable with. I use FL Studio after trying many of these other DAWs, and I just felt like it stuck with me the most. I feel like it's very beginner friendly and intuitive. It was quite simple to pick up and just start making music, which is what I wanted to do. I didn't want to have to learn several different buttons to get it to work like this. It's pretty simple, and I'm going to give you a quick tour of it after the next tip. So we now have our laptop or PC, we have some storage, and we also have our DAW. But what I would recommend is downloading a few high quality sounds for you to use in your beat. When you listen to beats online, they're not using these basic sounds here. They're using crisp, high quality sounds. Now, you do not want to spend a single penny yet, apart from your laptop. You do not want to spend a single penny. Do not buy a plugin, do not buy a VST, do not buy sound kits because the producer tells you it will level up your beats tremendously. No, shh. Keep the wallet closed, at least for now. For now, we want to practice getting good at actually making beats for free. Do not spend any money. I repeat, I made the mistake. I bought this fancy plugin because I thought it would tremendously improve my production, but it didn't. It didn't. It was still the same shite. It was just sprinkling glitter on poo. It was bad. So you need to get your beats to a level where the plugins will actually work with it, because you're just buying sounds to use, but then no, stop it. So a good website I would recommend is called Cymatics. Now they offer paid things as well, but mainly they're known for all their free things. So they offer free sample packs, free one-shot kits, free drum kits, free plugins, free. Everything's free. Not everything's free, but there's lots of free things that you can take advantage of, and I would recommend downloading them when you start producing. So what you want to do is you want to download these. Now let's say, for example, using FL, this process will be different in different DAWs, but you want to download your sound, create a folder anywhere you want, and we want to name this packs. Well, you can name it whatever you want. I name mine packs just to keep it simple. Now every single drum kit or sample kit you download, put in here so it's nice and organized, and then you can name it whatever you want. So now that's in our packs folder. You want to go to file settings, you want to click this little folder here, and then you want to find the folder wherever you've put it. So ours is right here. Click on it and then click select folder. Now it's going to add it here. You might need to refresh FL Studio. You probably won't, it should be fine, but if you do, just close FL and reopen it. And then if you look on the left side here, it should be there. So we've got our packs folder. What can we actually do with this? Well, what we can do is we can grab sounds and drag them into our DAW, which we can use to create our actual music. But you might be asking, how do I actually use the DAW? Well, I'm going to give you a quick talk here. If you would like another separate video on how to create your very first beat, I will definitely be glad to do that. So once you load in, your FL should look something like this, and it should load up these default sounds. Maybe they say 808 kit. What we want is just to start creating some things. We don't want to get too technical. Let's go through a couple of the buttons first. We have file up here. This is where you can create new projects, save them, and export them. Export means wrapping up the entire project into one file so you can send it for streaming and etc. We can just ignore everything else for now. Pattern and song. This is going to switch between the main playlist and your individual patterns. To create a new pattern, you click plus here, and then these patterns are going to contain the music. This is your tempo, so this is how fast your song is going to be played. There's 4 beats in a bar, if you did not know that already, and this is how many beats are per minute. So this will go 140 beats per minute. 1 2 3 4, that's our bar. And right here we've got 4 bars. These little things, these numbers up here, indicate what bars. This is also your metronome. You can toggle this by clicking it or right click. Now we actually want to add some music to our playlist. So what you can do is you can hit this button up here. Now this is our channel wrap. This is going to show you all the sounds that are on it. So currently it has the default 4 sounds. If we click pattern up here and then click play, you can see this little white blob is going through. So what we can do is we can now click on these to add in our sounds. Whoa. If you right click, you can fill each 2 steps too. There you go, you've got your own drum sounds here. And you could even go into these and it will open it up like that. But these sounds aren't quite good. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our sounds that we've downloaded from wherever, and you want to drag and drop them over these sounds. So we're just going to randomly select sounds. I'm not going to listen to them. And then you can play around with the BPM. That's really nice. Now, if you're starting to feel comfortable and you think you want to add in different elements to your drums here, if you click this plus button, you will see every single VST, which is a virtual instrument. This is where you can type in the things that you want to be played. So let's say, for example, we click on one called FL Keys. We won't use this here. What we'll do is we'll right click and click in piano roll. Now, this is where you can actually draw in your note. We can draw in some notes like this. Yeah, so if you're a beginner producer and you've not got much music knowledge, this part may be a little difficult for you to overcome. But FL does have a little cheat. You go up here, click view, and go down to scale highlighting. You can actually highlight the scale. In the background, these white notes are the ones in the scale. This will keep you from putting notes out of the scale and just saves you from learning music theory. But you should still learn music theory as it will help your production. But for now, I want you just to mess around with these sounds, see what you can come up with. That is basically how to start getting into production. That is how you actually start as a producer. And this might be a lot of knowledge to take in all at once, but don't worry, as soon as you've got your DAW and your sound set up, then you could just mess around every day. Just mess around with something, look up online different tutorials, even watch my videos if that does help. But yeah, if you need help in the comments, if you're a beginner and you need help, then let me know. If you're an experienced producer as well, go down to the comments and make sure you help other people out. But yeah, I hope this video helped. I hope this video inspired you to start getting producing. So if you need any help, let me know and I will be happy to. Hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Peace.